All right, we'll now take you live to Abuja, where Nigeria's Vice President Kashim Shettima is speaking of the 30th Nigerian Economic Summit. Let's take a listen.
My friend, a very erudite gentleman, Ni Yusuf, directors of the NESG, captains of industry, members of the advisory board of the NESG, the organizing committee headed by my very good friend, Boy Olusanya, heads of the diplomatic missions and international organizations present, the Permanent Secretary, Minister of Budget and Economic Planning, Senior Vice President, World Bank Group, Mr. Christopher Stephens. Thank you for a beautiful speech, sir. The Vice President, African Development Bank, heads of government agencies and parastatals, captains of industry, honored guests, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is with immense pleasure that I address the 30th Nigerian Economic Summit Group. Over the past 3 decades, this summit has been a forum for government and private sector stakeholders to exchange ideas, debate policy, and identify innovative solutions to Nigeria's socio-economic challenges. The theme of this year's summit, collaborative action for growth, competitiveness and stability, could not be more appropriate, as it encapsulates the pressing need for concerted efforts to address the multidimensional issues we currently face. Like many other nations, Nigeria has experienced significant economic turbulence over the past few years. The challenges have been global as well as domestic, ranging from the COVID-19 pandemic and fluctuating oil prices to internal security issues, inflation and structural weaknesses in our economy, such as over-reliance on oil revenue and lack of economic diversification. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Nigeria's growth trajectory has been volatile, heavily dependent on oil revenues, and unable to create enough jobs to keep pace with our rapidly growing population. As a nation, we must prioritize economic diversification. Your role in this process is crucial. Considering this, the present administration, through the Renewed Hope Agenda, has embarked on bold and courageous reforms designed to create an environment that fosters sustainable economic growth and shared prosperity. Our focus is on sectors that can offer inclusive and sustainable growth, such as agriculture, manufacturing, and the digital economy. The digital economy holds a very promising prospect for revitalizing our economy. According to Korn Ferry, a global finance consultancy outfit, there will be 65 million global talent deficits by 2035. The United States, Brazil, and Russia will suffer from 6 million talent deficits each. The global talent powerhouse, India, by 2035 will only have 1 million surplus. And there are more English speakers in Nigeria than in India. And in terms of age, the average age of the Nigerian nation is 16.9. I believe, fervently, like all of us here, that wherever Nigeria goes, that's where Africa goes. I'm an eternal optimist, but I'm also a realist. We need to harness our potentials so that we can transform our anticipated demographic bulge into demographic dividends, not the demographic disaster that will consume all of us. As rightly said by my friend from the World Bank, some of the policy decisions, the policy options available are painful, but they were almost inevitable. My heart and the heart of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu goes to the Nigerian people. We empathize with what the poor and the young are going through in the Nigerian nation. But we had no option, as he rightly said. Yes, some of these decisions are unpopular, but the truth that sets men free, as H.S. Aga said, is most often the truth that men prepare not to hear. But what he said were very poignant and were very, very truthful. We have thus prioritized investment in critical infrastructure, enhance our social safety nets, and promote innovation across all sectors. I am pleased to report that we are making significant strides in addressing several key issues, including regulatory bottlenecks and ease of doing business challenges. This progress should instill confidence in our collective ability to overcome those challenges. Our objective is to ensure that the Nigerian economy is inclusive, where small and medium-sized enterprises can thrive alongside large corporations, and where every citizen, regardless of location or background, can benefit from economic opportunities. We have initiated various programs such as the MSME hubs and single-digit loans for manufacturers designed to provide entrepreneurs with the support they need to succeed. We have also introduced the Credit Corporation to offer our workers consumer loans with single-digit interest. These initiatives collectively will boost the economy and ensure it remains competitive in Africa and globally. Economic growth and competitiveness can only be sustained with political and economic stability. Since 2009, Nigeria has faced numerous threats to stability, from security challenges to macroeconomic, macro-fiscal imbalances. The present administration is fully committed to confronting these issues head-on. We are investing heavily in security operations to combat terrorism, banditry, and other forms of insecurity that threatens lives and livelihoods. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are also implementing fiscal reforms to stabilize the macroeconomic environment. Removing fuel subsidies, unification of exchange rates, and debt management strategies are all part of a broader effort to restore economic balance and ensure long-term stability. It is also important to note that stability is not just about managing crises as they arise. It is about building a resilient economy that can withstand shocks, ensuring the stability of the macroeconomic indicators and sustain growth trajectory. To achieve this, we must strengthen our social safety nets and ensure that the most vulnerable members of society are protected during tough times. We are already expanding programs like the National Social Investment Program, National Poverty Reduction with Growth Strategy, and other livelihood support initiatives crucial to millions of Nigerians. However, we must do more to institutionalize these safety nets and make them a permanent feature of our economic architecture. No single sector or stakeholder can address these challenges alone. What we need now, more than ever, is collaboration, where the public and private sectors, civil society, and international development partners collaborate to drive a shared vision for growth and development. I want to emphasize that the challenges before us, while significant, are manageable and can be overcome. With the right policies, the right partnerships, and the right level of commitment, Nigeria can emerge stronger, more competitive, and more resilient. The Nigerian Economic Summit remains invaluable for fostering the dialogue and collaboration needed to move our country forward. Let us use this platform to discuss and make actionable recommendations that will inform policy to drive growth, enhance competitiveness, and secure long-term stability for Nigeria. I beseech thee, I implore on all of us here, I would like to impress on every Nigerian in this gathering. The challenges before us are not insurmountable, but together, we shall overcome these challenges. The trajectory of global growth is facing Africa. Nigeria will make or mar that transition. Africa miss the agricultural age. We miss the industrial age. We are now in the knowledge-driven post-industrial revolution. We cannot afford to miss this trend. We have the talents. We have the population. Of the 8 unicorns in Africa, 5 are in Nigeria. Flutterwave, Interswitch, Paystack, and the Gel. These are the drivers of change. We should spread hope. We should be harbingers of hope, not of pessimism, not of delusion. Other nations are equally facing similar challenges, but they were able to overcome. We have to fuse into one, irrespective of our differences in political affiliations, religious persuasions, tribal or sectional background. Weaponizing our economic challenges does not help anybody. Because whatever others from outside the world will pick about Nigeria is the narrative at home. When our own people are running down our nation, what impact will it make on the global community? I stand to be corrected, but more people are killed every day on the streets of America than in Nigeria. But do they emphasize those losses? Go and get the statistics for the city of Chicago on a weekend, and then we can compare notes. On this note, on behalf of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, I am honored to declare the 30th Nigerian Economic Summit open. I wish you fruitful deliberation. Thank you for your attention, and may God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Thank you very much.
So I'm waiting for
His Excellency Senator Kashim
speech,
Shettima.
I would rather
GCUN.
collect it now, sir. I would rather collect the speech now, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Excellency. Kindly join His Excellency up here for group photographs, sir. Yes, please do. Please, a resounding round of applause for His Excellency Senator Kashim Shettima, GCUN.